Have a interview with burlesque dancer about the upcoming show, Gotham. We are excited to be in studio. I have my friends here on Meerkat going on, and I also have you guys. How is the sound? Can everybody hear me? Thanks for joining, Dr. Wilson Trevino. I am here at the Innovation Studio in Atlanta, Georgia. I wrote the book on live streaming. You can find on Amazon.com, ABCs to Live Streaming, which is really about your ABCs, and ABCs focuses on a mantra of success, which is your attitude, your beliefs, and your commitment. Of course, you need to have a vision of where you want to go. And I recently just came out with a new book called Love, 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 Harnessing the Connectivity. And all these books are available on Amazon.com. Today, though, we're going to talk about the burlesque show that's coming up at the Shakespeare Tavern called Gotham. So if you have any questions, please share the stream with other folks. Also, make sure that you give me lots of hearts, give me some feedback. If you have any questions, let me know. So we have two streams going on. We have Periscope here, and we have Meerkat going on here. So we're going to have her on the phone and interview her right away. So this company has a lot of great shows here in Atlanta. As you know, burlesque is really coming about. Last week they had a show, the Suicide Girls were in town at the Masquerade. So there's always something exciting going on in the burlesque world. So let's call her up here and see how it goes. Like I said, Dr. Wilson Trevino here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Innovation Studio. We call it the Innovation Studios because we're all about ideas. You know, if you want to enrich the days, you plant flowers. If you want to enrich the years, you plant trees. But if you want to enrich lives, you plant ideas. So here we try to cover about pop culture. We talk about different products. We also talk about cool events that are going on around the city. I'm a speaker and a writer here in Atlanta, Georgia, always out and about doing something. So it's always exciting to be able to take you along and show you kind of behind the scenes of what's going on in the city. So this is a little preview about the upcoming show, the burlesque show that's happening here in Atlanta. So let's call her up and see if so we're calling her up. So how is the sound? Can you hear me okay?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing? This is Wilson.
Doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. Thanks for joining, taking the time to have a few minutes. You're broadcast live on both Periscope and Meerkat. Are you familiar with those two applications?
I am not. I did a little bit of research before the call, but not a ton.
Okay, well, it's pretty simple. It allows you through Twitter to live stream. So where in the normal interview process, I would just be sitting here at my desk, interview somebody by myself. All I'm doing is kind of live streaming the interview so people can interact, so people can chat and they can ask questions. It's kind of like the old time chat rooms, except you have a video stream. Now I can't see them, but they can see me. And you have two popular ones, one Periscope, one Meerkat. So it kind of gives you an advantage to kind of spread the word whilst people at home sitting on their bean bags eating Cheetos, they can listen to you.
Cool.
So how you doing? How's your day?
Doing well. It's, just working and getting ready for the show.
Well, that's cool. One of the things I love about your group is that you're able to infuse, or you always do a great job of infusing pop culture ideas and concepts and current events with burlesque. How do you manage to do that so seamlessly?
I appreciate you saying that you noticed that. Really, the biggest thing for us, the biggest thing for me as the executive producer, and really this is my baby. I shared with Sketch McWinter. This was my baby, and going into this, our philosophy was that we wanted to make it extremely immersive, and we wanted to make sure that at all times the audience felt as though they were a part of the show and that they were transported into the world that we were currently trying to portray. A big part of that came from a lot of my inspiration from theme parks, and that sounds really juvenile, but truthfully, going to a theme park, you have this kind of magical feeling of being in another world, and I kind of wanted to try to bring that as much as I could to entertainment. And as far as how we do it, well, really excellent performers, really high performance quality, and really high production quality. So we spend quite a bit of money up front on props and on lighting utensils and things of that nature. just to make sure that everything is really, like I said, really environmental, really immersive, very experiential. So really it's the production quality and the performance quality, I think, that really bring home the whole pop culture immersive sort of thing.
Well, really excited about this show. On my Twitter handle, I have a little Batman logo, and I always kid I'm Batman because I live in the Bat Cave, and I like to come out at night to check out what's going on. So how did you choose this theme? It's Gotham. Tell us about this upcoming show. What's the connectivity to that theme, Batman?
Well, actually, it had been kind of thrown around by a couple other people in the troupe. They wanted to do something that was Batman themed, and it was thrown around for a little while, and then eventually I was given a script that was written by the current director of the show, who is Dante Arguia, and he gave me the script, and it looked great. I really liked what he had put into it. I liked that it was more of a play than a normal burlesque show, in that it's going to be a significant amount of dialogue. There's stage fighting.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, we of course have our typical peels, but that is not the largest part of the show. The largest part of the show is, in fact, the scenes. It's the dialogue. It's the lighting gimmicks. It's there's a lot to it. So I was given the script, and I said, let's go ahead with it. And pretty much since being given the script, we have done an immense amount of research and social media push and discussion on the Batman lore. And I mean, it reaches through so many different media that it was really difficult for us to try to do the best that we could to encompass all the different renditions that Batman has seen, right? So we've got the original series has a couple of moments. We have the Arkham game series, which has several moments. We have the movies, which have several of their own moments in our show. Really, it's been a hard fought victory, in that Batman is such a huge fandom, and it just stretches across so many different categories that we really put a lot of work into making sure that the show gives any Batman fan a really excellent and very immersive view of one of their favorite fictional characters.
Which one is your favorite Batman out of all the different Batman? What do you think about Ben Affleck being the new Batman?
I'm actually really excited. I at first was a little bit taken aback, but I'm actually very excited about it, and I think mostly because Bruce Wayne is a fairly serious character. Mm-hmm. He should be played in a way that I feel like is fairly dramatic, and he's got a tragic backstory, which we all know, we've heard a million times. But I feel like Ben Affleck, being the brilliant actor that he is, I mean, come on, he's done some amazing stuff, can really give the stoic kind of aggressive but also subdued sort of Bruce Wayne that we really need to see. But my personal favorite rendition of Batman, that's a really great question. Besides, of course, Dante Arguia, who's our Batman in this show, who I think is really going to be great. I think he's going to be fantastic. I would have to say my favorite is probably going to be, if not Val Kilmer, because I really loved Val Kilmer. I know it was silly, but I really loved him. I would say it would be, you know what? I'm just going to go Val Kilmer. I'm going to say Val Kilmer. I'm going to stick with that. I really liked him as Batman.
Did you get to revisit all the movies and shows? Have you been kind of immersed with the Batman lore the last few months?
Yeah, all of us have. I mean,
cool.
we've been actually streaming a lot of stuff together when we're together. We spend a lot of time on Batman the Brave and the Bold and the animated series, because a lot of what we're doing actually is also inspired by the animated series and the Brave and the Bold. So we've been definitely immersing is another word. I'll just use it over and over again. In the Batman stuff, for sure.
Last week in the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, they had the music tributes to Tim Burton, and of course, he had he was involved with the Batman movies, and those pieces are very complicated pieces, the Batman symphonic background, and a lot of people really don't think about that. So I want to ask here, where's your website? Where can they get tickets? Where can they find out more about this upcoming show?
Really, the best place is going to be Facebook. So facebook.com/Hysteria Machines. That's our corporate company. That's the company that we do everything under. We are posting so much to that page right now in regards to the show, they won't be able to miss it.
Oh, cool. When are the two shows going to be happening?
November 7th at 11:30 p.m. and November the 9th at 7:30 p.m.
Oh, 11:30, a witching hour. And what a great facility, that Shakespeare Tavern. You know, you probably know this, but that tavern where they perform the Shakespeare plays, there's only 3 places in the world that have played all the Shakespeare plays, and that's one of them here in Atlanta. So it's a great, great place to do that. What a great thing. What is why should someone check out this? If you don't really know a lot about Batman, or you're not a Batman fan, or you may be partial, why should someone check out this particular show?
It's funny you ask, because we actually have somebody coming in from Pennsylvania who kind of messaged me, and they actually bought a VIP table, so I thought it was really neat.
Wow.
So we don't really know exactly what we want out of this or exactly what we're going to get, but we saw burlesque, and we saw it was a nerd theme, so we're going to come. They're not huge Batman fans, so I'm really hoping that they're going to appreciate it. And if you're not a Batman fan, what you're going to get from this show is really intelligent and yet really funny, kind of satirical writing. Okay, so the dialogue is really funny, and it's very, very, like, tongue-in-cheek. You're going to have some characters that are actually really compelling. You're going to have some characters that are just genuinely silly. They have absolutely nothing to do other than make you laugh. You have the opportunity to get some really great food and drink at the Shakespeare Tavern. Obviously, you're going to be titillated by some of Atlanta's best peelers and burlesque dancers. And, you know, it's going to be an opportunity to be a part of a theatrical event that is literally unlike anything else. This is a very one-of-a-kind event. Making it a play that is based on a very well thought out and executed dialogue structure with stage fighting is something that hasn't been done in burlesque before. It just hasn't. So if nothing else, you can come and say that you've been a part of something that it hasn't been done anywhere else.
Wow, that's cool. That's kind of, so are you the only place on the planet that's had a burlesque theme Gotham Batman show?
Absolutely not. Oh my goodness, no. If it's, you know, the whole point of burlesque was to satirize things. It started off as satirizing politics, and it has kind of morphed into this sexy satire of current events and pop culture and nerddoms and fandoms. And to say that we were the only people to do this would be a complete, it would not be the truth.
Batman theme, well, one Batman Gotham show. That's a great idea, great concept. You know, Atlanta is a great hub of burlesque. You know, last week I saw the Suicide Girls were here at the Masquerade. Why is Atlanta such a burgeoning burlesque community?
Really, I would say the states in general. I mean, really all over the world, burlesque has really found found a really big boom in the past. I would say about 20 years. Neo burlesque came back in the 90s and has really taken off since then. As far as why Atlanta is such a thriving burlesque community, I will tell you, for those of us who are local and those of us who are really community-oriented, it's a very engaging, encouraging, and positive community of artists and professionals. And a big part of what I think makes Atlanta a really great place to do burlesque and to do productions of this type are that we do hold ourselves to very, very high standards, both ethically as producers and performers, and also artistically as, you know, as people who are putting on entertainment that we want our fans to see. We hold ourselves to high standards to make sure that what we're putting out there is both engaging and entertaining, and also that it's, you know, furthering a lot of things, furthering social awareness, furthering, you know, artistic values, and really furthering, you know, current cultural progressiveness.
So someone just asked, what makes a good burlesque dancer? How can someone become involved in the burlesque community?
Well, you definitely want to take lessons, and I would highly suggest, if you're in Atlanta, that once the Atlanta Burlesque school of burlesque in Atlanta. Once it